Welcome to Life Lessons, a Gintama Manga cast episode. I think this is episode 4.
Yep.
Okay. I'm Colton, I'm host.
And I'm Jasmine, I'm co-host, once again.
Yeah. Wait, once again?
Well,
were you not co-host for a time?
No, I'm just saying that since we've been doing this for 4 episodes, just like, hey, I'm gonna say it again.
Okay. So it's Saturday night again. It's getting late. It's getting late already. It's like 11:30 something over here.
What you guys don't know is that we are big late bird, like we're night owls. We like to stay up. We hate the sun.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, we're those type of people that like sit online and just look at stuff all night and they like pass out and they wake up and like the sun.
What are we, vampires?
We could be, but then we might sparkle in the sunlight.
I don't sparkle, that's for sure.
I don't either. I would turn to ash. Like a real vampire.
I'd rather be like, if I had to pick any vampire, I'd want to be Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, you and the Dio people, gosh.
Hey, Dio's fucking cool. Dio, Brando, and Ronnie James Dio are both really cool.
I hate Dio. Along with that, he sucks.
Wow.
I'm sorry. He killed a freaking no.
Well, he did. Well, okay. I was gonna say he kicked the dog and then he burnt.
He murdered it. He burnt it alive.
Yeah, he burnt Danny alive. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched the first episode of the anime.
He made me watch it, guys. It was the worst experience of my life.
Oh, come on, you didn't like the episode at all?
No!
Wasn't it at least colorful?
No! I hated it! I didn't watch it. I didn't want to watch it in the first place. And then when you made me watch it, that confirmed I didn't want to watch it. And then when he did with the... I can't explain in words how upset I was watching that show, watching the first episode. Because what you guys don't know is that I'm really harsh on animal abuse. Regardless if it's cartoon or not.
Oh yeah, like then you definitely don't want to watch any anime or read any manga from the time JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was being serialized at all.
Right, I really hate it. I really, really hate it. So when I watched that, you should see my face. My face turned to pure hatred.
See,
Colton saw it. My face went from oh, okay. And once I saw the dog get kicked, my face went to pure hatred.
Hey, I mean, Dio made a mom eat her own baby, and I still like Dio.
Oh, he could go suck ass. I'm sorry. I don't like him. I hope he dies.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is relevant because Mr. Koyasu voices Dio, while Mr. Sugita voices Joseph.
I only know these characters. Guys, I only know these characters. Sorry.
I know them because
of course you like the show.
Oh yeah, I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's very you can tell that this was definitely written 20 something years ago. And that the first part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure doesn't exactly have the most brilliantly written writing, but I still like it. I like it for what it is. It's very fun, and it's not meant to be anything, groundbreaking at all. At least not in my opinion. I don't know. I just like it. I enjoy it. It's fun. But anyway. What's been going on with you?
Nothing. My niece graduated from high school today. I'm so happy.
That's cool.
It makes me feel so old, even though she's a year younger than me.
I got a job recently, so that's cool.
Yeah, guys, he's a working man now. He's getting out of the house.
Now I can't relate to Hasegawa anymore because I have a job.
Right, he's no longer a bum unless he gets fired.
I'm not going to pretend I know how to pronounce this Madao or something. Madao.
He'll be an ugly American.
I refuse to say dork.
You just said.
It's a. I mean, we won't get to this chapter for a while because did you pay attention to that at all, Jasmine? That little acronym that they call Hasegawa at all? Madao?
Actually, no, I didn't.
I mean, they like, I don't know, they, what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, you mean when, Kagura, when they're talking to him because they find him on the bench, and she's calling him a dork?
Yeah, but I don't like calling him, I don't like referring to that acronym as dork just because I prefer Madao. I don't know, it's just a preference thing, I just don't think dork sounds as, it
doesn't sound as hurtful.
Well, it doesn't sound hurtful, but it just, I don't know. I just think
it doesn't fit the situation.
It doesn't sit right with me. I don't know what it is. I just prefer the original with this one, because it sounds cooler in my opinion. But that's just me. I don't know, but we'll have a whole discussion on that when we get to that chapter. But yeah, I'm not a Madao anymore. I've graduated.
Yeah, but guys, if he gets fired, then you can start calling him.
Oh fuck! I hope I don't get fired.
Eric will be your Kentucky.
Wait, what?
Eric will be your Kentucky.
Well, I mean,
and get you fired.
I hope not. Fuck him if he does. Oh God. Because my friend Eric, who co-hosts with me on Another Day, Another Adventure, the podcast that I do with John about Dragon Ball, also apparently got a job at the same place that I'm working. So it's basically gonna be like a combination of Clerks and regular show. When we work there. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
I guess, do you want to get into the chapter now?
Sure.
Okay, let's go. This is the manga recap for Lesson 4. Which we'll get to the title of the chapter in a second, because for some reason we don't start off with the title page. We have 2 pages first before that. So I guess when we last left our heroes group.
Yeah, let's just call them a group.
The Breakfast Club. That doesn't make any sense.
No. No.
I would love to see Gintama do a parody of the Breakfast Club.
Oh my God, and then you guys don't know that he's obsessed with the Breakfast Club.
And that Gintoki should just make some kind of flashy exit with "Don't You Forget About Me" playing in the background, and then he should do the epic fist bump. I would lose my shit.
Well, you guys don't know that he's obsessed with Breakfast Club, so...
Breakfast Club is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
So, that being missing Gintama would be like his bread and butter.
Oh my God, this is off topic, and I know we should get to the manga, but like, it's one of ththose things where like, cause one of the things I like about Gintama is that Gintama, not all the time, but very rarely do they actually like make references to American movies and American actors and stuff, and I really like that. I'm gonna talk about Skep Dance a little bit here. For those who don't know what Skep Dance is, just look it up. You'll feel right at home if you like Gintama. But there's an episode where 2 of the main characters are going out to the movies, I think, and they decide to go see a movie called Indiana Jaws. I'm not sure if that was before or after I went to go see Indiana Jones. Because a movie theater of mine locally here was having a marathon of all 4 movies, so that's what I'm talking about. I didn't go back in time and watch Indiana Jones in theaters. Anyway, I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool that they referenced both movies in one reference. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so when we last left our group, they just recruited a new member of the Odd Jobs gang here, Kagura, and they're just kind of hanging out at the snack house or Otose's bar, basically, because I guess how it works is that Otose's bar is the bottom floor, and I think Odd Jobs Gin is located on the top floor. Is that how that works? I think
it has 2 floors. It has, because the overall main floor is Otose's bar.
Yeah.
But there's a staircase that leads to the upper half, which is a segment which is like the little area where the Odd Job reside and live.
I wonder. Actually, now I'm starting to wonder. I wonder what Otose used that main floor for, or the top floor, if she used it for anything at all.
Probably storage space.
Probably. I don't know. That's just a random thing I'm starting to wonder now.
Or
what?
That could have been her old house.
I don't know. Maybe. Probably.
No, think about it. You think about it. This is her snack bar, but it's a legit apartment above it. So her and her husband, before he died, could have stayed there.
Yeah, that's true.
For a brief amount of time, and then they finally decided to get a house, and well, things happened, and something happened. No spoilers.
I don't know. Well, I mean, it's not a spoiler because we do.
I mean, they talk about it in the manga, so I don't want to spoil it.
Well, I mean, I was going to say it's not really too much of a spoiler because it is kind of, it's not really outright revealed, but it's implied in this chapter that Otose's husband is dead. But we'll get to that a little later. But I should really get past this first page.
Yes, we've been on this page for like 15 minutes.
I don't think it's been that long, but anyway.
Yes, it is. I'm looking at it.
Shut up! I'm trying to do this. But yeah, Kagura is just kind of eating, and she's kind of sitting at the bar eating whatever. I'm assuming rice, and she's kind of like, "Please, sir, may I have some more?" That's not what she says.
Please don't give her that.
And Otose doesn't like this too much because she obviously doesn't have any money to pay for all the food she's eating. She's like, how many bowls does that make? Like 10 something? I don't know. She's like, this isn't a place for kids. It's a place for creepy old men. It's a bar. I don't know why she calls it a snack house, by the way.
Maybe because they sell dango, stuff like that. Maybe that's why.
I don't know. Like when I think
because the reason I'm saying that is because I do see men eating dango from time to time, and like in this specific chapter, we actually catch Gitoki finishing off a parfait. So
I didn't know that, huh?
Like he's clinging, like you can see that he's like clinging the spoon against it.
Huh? I didn't notice that. Okay.
So that's probably why they call it a snack house, because maybe it's a mixture of both a bar and you can serve snacks with it as well. I'm guessing.
Maybe.
Or snack, but there's quotation around snacks, so this could be something else.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just I never understood that.
Maybe there's something else going on in the situation.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Probably. But
like...
if that was going on, you'd think she'd have more help.
Yeah, she would have more help, but also these are creepy old men.
I don't know.
Who simultaneously drink until they're sick, so I don't think they care.
I don't know, but she's basically telling Kagura to go to a buffet and eat, because this isn't a buffet, and bring a big purse, because that's what fat women do, is they go to a buffet and they stuff whatever food they can into their purse and eat later. Is
that so hurtful.
Is that a fat woman stereotype?
That's a fat overall stereotype.
Oh.
Because
I just assumed it was fat women. No one else, you know. That's how that works.
Actually, it's the skinny women who do that. There's a stereotype for like skinny women with big purses that if they come in, they're sneaking in food. But it's kind of like a, I guess you could say it's it's kind of like it's universal.
Something, I don't know, but
because I never heard this. Because luckily I never had the stereotype towards me. I'm big, guys, but I'm not that big.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily I hate purses, so this stereotype doesn't work for me.
That's cool. That's cool. And Kagura's like, you know, it's the simple things in life. I don't eat fancy foods, just pickles. Pickles will do. And Otosei's like, yeah, you sure do have simple taste for someone who eats as much as you do, you pig. And basically she's kind of pissed off at Gintoki for bringing Kagura over. And apparently she's already eaten 10 bowls of rice. And Shinpachi's like, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet?
Really?
I can't believe I just referenced that song. Oh, I'm really scrapping for material tonight.
I know you are.
I'm so tired. Yeah, she's only getting started. That's nothing. And Gintoki's like, yeah, all we got is salt and sugar. Yeah, we can't really do much with that. And yeah, Otosei's like, yeah, man, you guys don't look so good. And Kagura's just she's sitting on the counter, fucking taking the whole. I'm assuming that's where Otosei cooks the rice, and she just
it's a rice maker. Okay. It's an instant rice maker.
And she's chowing down. She's drinking that like a fucking like a bowl of milk.
Basically, she's eating it like how Naruto does ramen.
Except she's eating a lot more than Naruto and Luffy and Goku and Toriko and all those other people combined, I'm assuming. And Otosei's like, oh my god, somebody stop this chick. Why is nobody stopping this? Why don't I just stop it myself? Why doesn't she just stop it herself?
Maybe because she has too much respect for herself, and she's like, well, you should obviously know what you're doing wrong.
I don't know.
He's a noob.
But
Otosei's weird like that.
I don't know, but then we get to the actual title page, and we get to the chapter title. People who make good first impressions usually suck. But I don't know. I'm not sure what to think about this title page. Like, I'm not saying like it's a bad page. I had a few thoughts. Like, why does the photo look so, like, it obviously looks worn, so it's weird how worn the photo looks, but I'm assuming that the three of them haven't been together for very long. So... Well,
for our perspective, guys, like, Shinpachi and Gintoki probably been together for like a month or two.
Probably.
And Kagura has been there for probably a week, if not a couple of days.
Probably. Because I know in chapter 2, I think Shinpachi mentions that he's been with Gintoki at that point for, I think, 2 weeks?
2 weeks or probably a month. We don't know exactly the time frame exactly.
No, half a month. So I'm assuming that's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, half a month would be 2 weeks.
So at that point, at least, he was with Gintoki for about 2 weeks. I don't think we have any. I don't have any idea how long Kagura's been with them at this point. Obviously,
it seems like a couple of days, if not a week.
I'm gonna assume like nothing more than a week, honestly. So I don't know. Like when would they have taken this photo? Is the other thing.
Maybe they were just sitting there. Somebody just so happened to walk by and go click.
And what do they do? What is Gintoki like? Hey, dude, can we get a copy of that? I'll give you my email.
Or maybe he's like those guys you'll find in Disneyland. They'll take random pictures of you and then like give it to you, and hopefully for money.
Something.
But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Those people that were hired by Disney, and they'll come up to you at random and take a picture of you and then give it to you, and they say, "Oh, $30, please."
I haven't been to Disney World since...
Like, it's not even Disney. It's just people do that in general. Like, you'll find that in, like, at the circus. they'll do that. Will clowns take pictures with you? And then like halfway through the circus, they're like the guy who took the picture will come up to you and be like, "Hey, here's your picture. Yeah, you look nice. You want it? $30."
Wow, that seems so counterproductive because people obviously have their own cameras now. So.
No, like that's like they legit do this. Like they'll have clowns, or at least in this specific circus that I used to go to, they will have clowns come into the stands and take pictures with you, and you're like, cool. And like literally like 3 hours later, they'll come. Like it's not 3 hours, like a half hour later, not even a half hour, but basically they'll come. Like the guy who took the picture will come back to you and show you the picture, and he'll ask you, do you want it? And if you say yes, he probably will rip you off because it'll be like $30 or $50 for one stupid picture. Like they do this. They do crap like that. It's really annoying.
I don't know. It's not important, and we shouldn't be talking so long about it. But I don't know. It just seems so weird to me how like they haven't been. I'm gonna assume the three of them haven't been together for like more than a month, and so like. And then I thought, well, when did they take this photo? Why does it look so torn and worn? And also they all look so bored.
Well, maybe because they were bored, and the guy who probably took the picture was like, "Here, I got bored. Take the picture," and it got wrinkled up, and maybe because Kentucky put it in his pocket, it got wrinkled up and torn.
I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know.
Riddle theories, guys. Riddle theories.
I'm not gonna pretend that going through any part of the Gintama timeline is easy at all. I fucking hate it so much.
Or this could be a foreshadow.
Foreshadow to what?
I don't know. Like maybe this is a picture for the future.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they. I don't know. Like I don't know what the follow up. They look bored. It's But anyway, I think we spend enough time talking about the title page.
Yeah.
It's not that great. They all look bored. But you can take the next 2 pages, Jasmine.
Okay, so now we're back to the snack house. But this time Otose is sitting with Gintoki and Shinpachi, and basically they tell her the story of Kagura. And so she's finding out that the girl is now with them because she wants to earn money to go back home. And she's saying that because she was broke, he took her in. And then she calls him a sap. Because apparently he's, I don't know what you would call him. I guess she's basically saying that you're easy-hearted. You're weak-hearted, I guess you're saying. I guess that's what she's trying to say.
Which, Otose can't talk.
She can't, guys. She
can't
really
talk.
Can't.
That's bullshit. She can't talk.
Right, because we read the specific sentence saying like you're such a sap. I'm thinking what she means by that is that she's basically saying that you're weak-hearted, but
or something. I don't know.
Something around those lines. But then she goes to say like you're like you can't even pay your own rent. He said, and he says basically what are you gonna do about the girl? Like I won't give you a break. Like just because you have her, I'm not gonna give you a break on your rent.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gintoki goes to say, look, I'm not I don't know what this kind of reference was, but this is a really weird reference. Like, this is really weird. These are really weird words. So I'm just gonna read it word for word, okay?
Sure, why not?
Basically, he says, look, I'm not putting up Miss Pac-Man here because I want to.
I think they forgot a word. It should be,
right.
I'm not putting up with Miss Pac-Man.
Right. That's what I think. I think it was just an awkward translation, but basically, he gets hit in the head with, I believe, was a glass.
Yeah, it looks like a glass.
I can't really tell the way it's splashed, and basically, he gets hit in the head, and in the next panel, we see Kagura with her hand arched, making it imply that she threw it.
No, I'm pretty sure Kagura threw it.
Right, most likely she threw it.
No, somebody was just walking by the snack house and
it just decided to throw something like a Gintoki.
They're just throwing glasses all over the place like a dick, you know.
Like, Gintoki!
Hey man, where your glass?
Like, hey, I hate silver hair.
Fuck you, man. I wish I had silver hair.
I hate your natural waviness.
Uh,
But this joke is going on way too long.
is that a hate crime? Can we consider that a hate crime to naturally wavy hair?
I think that was a hate crime. I think this is a hate crime. It might be.
See, I'm glad I don't have wavy hair anymore. Oh, I got a haircut, by the way. That's not important. Go on.
But basically, she's like, "Did you say something?" And Shinpachi's like, "Nope, we're just sitting here." And suddenly, we see a mysterious figure on the side holding a cloth, asking if Kentucky's okay. And then we get in the next page, we see this mysterious cat lady, and she's giving him her cloth. I think that's an ice pack.
No, it's just a cloth.
It's just a handkerchief.
Yeah, it's just a handkerchief.
Okay, because like in Korea they actually got like heat packets. It look exactly like a handkerchief.
Oh, okay.
So that's the reason I asked. But basically she's like, basically she's just giving it him to chill, like saying like it's best to have this to wipe yourself off, basically. Because again, he got slapped in the face with a piece of glass.
I think it's gonna take more than a handkerchief to just wipe off all the glass on your fucking face.
I don't know. I don't know why she gave it to him. It's really weird.
Hey, can I get some tweezers? Cause
right,
you know, I got some fucking glass on the side of my face. I'm bleeding over here.
Right. Thank you for the handkerchief for my blood, but
thanks, Kagura, for not accidentally cutting my jugular with all that glass.
Right.
Little bitch.
But Gintoki is suddenly finding it interesting because he'd never seen her before. But then we find out that she's a new worker, and this is her first week, and her name is Catherine.
Very interesting name.
Hey, it's a very interesting name. I never heard of a Japanese character with the name Catherine. Never heard of it. It's very interesting.
It's original, but go on.
It's original, right? He knows how to pick his names, but basically, she's saying that she's kind of just like Kagura, but instead of Kagura's reason just to go home because she just like Earth, Catherine says that she wants to make money so she can support her family back home.
Mm-hmm. She's an upright young lady.
Right, but she doesn't look young, but
I'm gonna go on record. She looks better than Otose.
Yeah, that's true. She looks younger than Otose, but she doesn't look as young as some of these characters. Like, it's like this. She looks younger than Otose, but she doesn't look as young. But Otai looks much younger than her.
I'm gonna say Catherine's at least like 38.
Right. She looks kind of like semi-old. But
she looks like she's like midlife.
Right. But again, she's a cat, so we don't know exactly how that works.
Well, I mean, she has cat ears. I'm not sure if she's actually a cat.
Well, she's a monster, so she has to be obviously a cat-like species.
Something. I wonder if Catherine has a tail. That's just something I thought of.
But basically, Gintoki's like, "Oh, that's awesome! Like, at least somebody's actually working and not just crashing in somebody's house, taking and eating a bunch of food, and he gets hit with another piece of glass."
Mm-hmm.
And it seems implied again, or this could be a hate crime.
It's the same person that came back, and he or she wanted more.
Right. He or she wanted Kentucky to suffer and through more glass. But okay, guys, we're done joking.
Motherfucker, what I just say about your hair?
Like, quit talking.
Hey man, go get a buzz cut.
Oh my gosh, guys, we're tired.
I sound so racist.
You do. You sound like an awkward black guy. And then you hear Kagura saying, like, you say something. But I thought it was actually a little bit humorous, because Shinpachi goes, nope, nothing, nada.
All three of them do, actually.
Right. I found that very funny, because just all three of them saying that, I found that very funny.
It's one of those things in anime and manga where, like, everybody talks in like, unison, but it's not as annoying in here, because they're not 'Cause
Right. It's like when people say "gee." When they use that word when they say stare. When they stare at you, they say "gee." Like they all say they use it. They're like "gee."
Okay.
But then a mysterious figure comes in again.
Yeah, and it turns out to be a police officer, which I don't like the look of that deputy.
He looks very suspicious. The guy in the background looks suspicious.
Well, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's what the guy I was talking about.
That guy looks like he is constipated to the core.
He looks like he looks like a mix of constipated but high. It's really weird.
Guys, you don't understand. I just realized his face, and I'm cracking up right now. It looks hilarious.
Sarachi is really good at drawing like older faces.
He is. It's just weird. He knows how to draw cheekbones. I don't understand that.
Like his kind of art isn't the kind of art that you'd expect in like Shonen Jump at all. Because his art looks very
Refined.
Very refined, almost very a bit more mature in a sense, like in the way he draws older people. Like he doesn't draw a lot of like younger kids at all.
Right. It's very hard for him. I think it's not hard for him, but it's very uncommon. Like I think the youngest he ever got was side characters.
Pretty much, like every character he's ever drawn is like always over Kagura's age. There are very few. He draws very few kids.
I think he only drew 2 kids, but I'm not even sure those kids are legit in the manga or not.
No, they are.
Oh, they are?
The fat kid and his one friend? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I fucking hate that kid. Fuck that kid. His name's not... He has a stupid name, too. I think they call him Yo. Like, who names their kid that, by the way? Because I've seen kids in other anime that have that name.
I think it's a very popular name, actually.
Really? I don't know. It just sounds so odd. Like, it's one syllable. Like, if it were something like Sai or something, I could understand.
I mean, there's also a lot of people that have, like, what was that girl? There are people who have, like, Yui, or something like that, like, or you, like, it's a unison name. So it's semi-sexual, there's a girl, I remember in the anime, there was a girl named Yu.
But, yeah, all I wanted to say was that Sarachi's art style definitely isn't the kind of flashy and exciting art style that you'd see in Shonen Jump all the time.
Right, but he knows how to draw his people.
Yeah, but,
I'm sorry, I have to go back on this. Like, when you guys don't understand that, when you actually look at Otose, look at her face and look at the details he actually puts into her face.
A lot of lines on her face that really...
He actually adds the wrinkles.
Yeah, so you can actually tell that she's older, you know.
Right. He adds the lines, he adds the wrinkles on her eyes, on her forehead. He puts a lot of detail to his characters.
He's actually really good at some of these little details, like with hair and stuff.
Yes, he's very good. He's very good.
Like his art style isn't the most impressive, but he's still good at these little details, and I appreciate that.
He's like that guy. He's like that guy that doesn't need to be flashy, be cool.
Yeah, which is weird. If you're running a manga in Jump, which a lot of manga that runs in Jump needs to be flashy and exciting because because the magazine is generally geared towards males anywhere between the age of like 13 and 20. Yeah, sometimes younger.
AKA guys, he's talking about Bleach.
Yeah, stuff like Bleach and stuff, and anyway, I should really get started.
Yeah.
So I guess these 2 police officers come by and want everybody to cooperate in an investigation, and they're like, "Oh, what happened?" And they're like, "Yeah, there have been a few robberies in the neighborhood, and evidence suggests that the perp is an Amanto illegal alien." They're like, "Yeah, where the suspect may be in the area. You got anything for us?" And Gintoki's like, "Yeah, I know. I got your girl right here." And Kagura snaps off Gintoki's finger.
or breaks it in half.
Breaks it, yeah. Which, oh my god! Something I'm kind of noticing with these first few chapters, not even the whole volume, just these first few chapters, is that sometimes Gintoki's kind of abused for no reason.
He is. You guys understand? Even in the anime, he's abused for no apparent reason.
Like, oh man, like if it's not maybe it doesn't happen a lot. I don't know. I just remember making a note to myself reading this chapter that wow, Gintoki, like maybe it's just Kagura that Kagura kind of abuses Gintoki a lot these first few chapters, and honestly, it makes me feel less sorry for Kagura later when Gintoki starts beating the shit out of her for no reason.
It kind of does. You guys understand? It's kind of like Karma's a bee because because I'm so serious. Even in anime, when you actually start watching it, she does seem to beat the crap out of him when he doesn't deserve it.
Oh man.
Even when he's telling a joke, she will beat the crap out of him or hurt him in some type of way. But then he goes to turn the tables.
Yeah, so, because for the longest time I used to think Gintoki, she's like 14, and you're like probably
right.
10 years old. You're probably like 10 years older than her, probably. So that's kind of child abuse. But then I'm like, no, I can kind of see why he beats the shit out of Kagura because he probably has all this shit just stuck in the back of his mind. Like he just wakes up in the morning. Oh, how the fuck am I gonna get her today? Maybe a simple backhand will do today. Yeah, but I love this very descriptive insult.
Right.
This chapter has like at least 2 of them, and this is he's like, "Why you filth-sucking outhouse princess spawn of evil?" I don't know why I read it like that, but Kagura's like, "I don't like your dumb jokes," and Gintoki's like, well, you wanted to go home, right? So why don't you just get yourself deported and get it over with? And Kagura's like, no, I don't want to return. I don't want to go home in disgrace. And worst comes to worst, I'll just did what I do to get here, and I'll just hop on a spaceship, like literally, just land on
legit guys. Legit guys. She actually hopped on the side of a rocket
and just fly here, and you're like, they're all like, you're way beyond redemption. You're already kind of a criminal,
right?
But so can the Yato breathe in space then?
Apparently so.
Or am I just reading into that?
Well, I mean, there's a picture on the side of her. There's a backflash in the back.
Yeah, but it's weird because like, I guess I might as well just bring it up now. But in the anime, how they do it is like, because they have this little scene, but like it's weird because it's like an actual like launch of just a rocket at like NASA or something, and Kagura's just kind of hanging on to the side of the rocket, and she just kind of lifts off.
Right, so she's kind of just sitting there.
She's kind of sitting there like, yep, I'm on my way to Earth, But I don't know.
It's really weird. It's really, really weird. Like, we don't know exactly how Amato works, and we're not even going to try to figure it out. But there is something I want to bring up that makes me laugh.
What's that?
And basically, there's a police officer there. But yet, once she says this, she basically just admitted that she's a criminal.
I don't know. Maybe the police just don't care.
I mean, if you think about it, she just admitted to a cop that she illegally came to Earth.
Yeah, that's right. She is technically kind of an illegal alien, so maybe the police officer's just thinking, all right, don't get ahead of yourself. Just one criminal at a time.
Not even that. They're probably just thinking that she's weird.
I don't know. Maybe they just think, oh, she's just a kid. She's just saying stupid shit. Like all
right, because Kagura looks like a legit kid, so they're probably thinking that she's a legit kid. But she's just talking nonsense.
But the police officer's like, yeah, everything looks fine here, and Otosi's like, yeah, no, go away. Which why are you telling him to go away? That's not nice. You just do
right.
a job.
I realized that you realized that too. That she said, "Please go away," instead of saying goodbye or something like that.
Yeah, like what's up with that, Otose? What do you got against the cops? What have they ever done to you?
Like, I know she was rude, but I never suspected her to say, "Please go away." I was like, when I read that, I was like, what?
That's kind of weird, but
It was very weird. That was like, to me, that was way out of character.
But then I guess Otose was about to say, well, of course I wouldn't ever hire any girls like that. And just yeah.
So basically, she hears engine going on, and when she looks outside, she sees Catherine sitting on Kentucky's moped. But not only that, but you look at the back of her, she has Kagura's umbrella, the register, and some other goodies with her.
I see a few drawers, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a drawer, or there could be boxes. I'm not very sure what those are exactly.
She stole a lot of shit.
Yeah, let's just say she stole a lot of crap and tied it to the back of Kentucky's moped. And she's like, later, old hag.
Later, skaters. Sorry. Call back. Go on. Sorry.
But basically, I find this a little bit ironic because she was about to. Because basically, what happens is that she goes to say. Because Otose goes to say, like, I would never hire anyone that's a criminal. But of course, who does she hire?
A criminal.
The criminal.
What the beast?
Right. I just love the irony in that, and she doesn't realize. And she just got. I just loved her face in this panel because she notices, because she realizes the irony.
Like, oh fuck, I didn't see that coming.
Right, she's like, oh crap. And then she's like, I never understood why she said, oh my, because we all know she would not say that, but.
Why wouldn't she say that?
No, think about it. If she just got robbed, I don't think she'd be like, oh my, Catherine must be. She'd be like, Catherine is the, and then like, it'll cut off like that, but I wouldn't expect her to say, oh my, that's just me.
I don't know, but.
But basically, she's finally figuring out. She's finally putting two and two together, and figuring out that Catherine might be this criminal that has robbed several places in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And Shinpachi is saying, Miss Otose, like, basically all your money is gone along with the cash register. And we find out that not only did she steal that, but she stole Kentucky's moped and Kagura's umbrella. And all they do is see her driving away, and Gintoki and Kagura go into a mental rampage.
I love these faces.
These faces are hilarious. And
Kagura looks like a member of the Yakuza.
She looks like she's actually kind of high. She's like, yeah, man, yeah.
You're like, hey, yo, Holmes? Or, no, that's not...
Wait, that's... what she's saying. Like,
wait.
Yeah!
Hey, man, the fuck you doing?
We're sorry, we're not racist, guys. It's just that.
We're tired, so that means we get to be as racist as we want, because that's how that works. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Go on.
So, this is one of the other ones. One of the other comments that are very specific. And Gintoki goes to say, spectrum slurping pig face.
No, sputum.
Sputum, sputum, whatever.
Sputum.
Fine. Sputum slurping pig face. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then Kagura goes to say, tonight I'll drink your blood.
Hey, can I bring up something? You remember chapter 3? Last episode, we were talking about how the perm leader guy was like, oh, deep down inside you thirst for blood. Holy shit, he was right! So
he's a foreshadower.
Oh fuck, man, that's some awesome foreshadowing. I don't know about you.
He likes to foreshadow himself.
She thirsts for blood.
But I wonder did he mean that? I wonder if he tried to do that on purpose or not.
No, like I don't know. I think that's just coincidence with the translations and stuff.
Right. But of course, just you guys have not watched or seen this as much as me and Colton have. So we kind of expected this immediately.
Yeah.
But Shinpachi is like, what are you guys doing? And of course, they're getting the police car.
Uh-huh. They're
They're hijacking a parked police car.
Oh, yeah. They're just like, okay, well, let's get in.
They're like, we're going after this chick. Like, no questions asked. Even the cop is like, hey, cease and desist. Like,
I'm sorry. I love how he says step away from the vehicle, but they're already like probably
in the vehicle.
They're probably already like turning on the engine at this point.
Right, and then of course they leave off with the screech, and the cop's like, wait,
Come back.
and then he goes. I guess he's talking on his walkie-talkie or to his partner.
I don't know.
Like, we don't know exactly who he's talking to, but he's like, the alleged suspect led to a unknown location. What should we do now?
What do we do now?
But there's actually something I want to bring up.
Oh, whoa.
This cop is really stupid.
How so? How so?
Why would you leave your keys in the engine?
That's true, unless Gintoki knows how to hotwire.
It takes a while to hotwire a car. It takes a long time.
Well, I don't know. If the cop is as dumb as you say he is, he probably would just stand there like, what the fuck should I do?
Well, he kind of proved that he is stupid because he even said, what should we do now?
What? No, I mean, it's not like we can just follow them. I mean,
like, it's not like I can take out my walkie-talkie, which should be on me.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm assuming that the amount of advanced technology to the point where like they should have at least walkie-talkies, if not like cell phones or something.
Right, they got a walkie-talkie in the car. They should have a walkie-talkie on them.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they don't really have another car, so I mean, they could.
I mean, I'm just saying that they should have at least one walkie-talkie on them, or at least a phone.
Something, I don't know.
Because it's proven that they do have cell phones in this era. So
yeah, they have cell phones. So they probably have walkie-talkies. I don't know, but
right. This is how weird Edo is in this show. Like, we don't understand like how the technology works.
I assume it's just our modern technology.
It's like our modern technology mixed with federal Japan. It's really weird.
I don't know, but
no, did I say federal? My bad.
You mean
that's way back in the past.
You mean feudal?
Yeah, I'm sorry, feudal. I'm sorry. My bad, guys. That's way in the past. That's way beyond samurai.
Yeah. So now they're after Catherine in the stolen police car, and Shinpachi's freaking the fuck out like always. Going, hey, you guys need to fucking chill out. We shouldn't have to do any of this shit. Why are you so worked up over a scooter and an umbrella? Which, one, the scooter is Gintoki's only mode of transportation, and two, Kagura's umbrella is like half machine gun.
Right. I would be like that too. Actually, if somebody jacked my umbrella, I would be just like Kagura. I would freaking go after them.
Like, could you, like, I'm sure Catherine doesn't know what the fuck that umbrella does.
Right, she probably thinks it's just a regular umbrella that she could use for the shade.
Could you imagine if, like, she just decides to use the umbrella and she, like, fucking accidentally shoots a guy, and she's like, oh, fuck, my robberies just became, like, 90% easier.
Right, I expect her to do it. It's actually very, like, you can expect that, because she would do crap like that. She probably would just, like, try to open it and then end up shooting someone, and she's like, oh.
That should be an episode. That should be an episode in the anime, like a filler episode, where Kagura loses her umbrella and it falls into the wrong hands, or something.
Right, and they realize how awesome the umbrella is.
Yeah, something.
We should start sending Sorachi some emails.
All right, so here's your guys' project on Twitter. Go find Sorachi's home address, and then we're gonna write down all of our ideas for chapters, and we're just gonna send them all to him, and he's gonna be like,
because you guys gotta admit, these are still good episodes. These are good mangas.
And Sorachi's gonna be like, wait, what the fuck? Americans read this? How do they get half the jokes I make? But anyway.
Actually, guys, don't do that.
Yeah, don't. That was.
I don't want to get sued.
That was a bit. I don't even think you could find Sorachi's home address online anyway. You'd have to be like a stalker to find it.
Either a stalker or a really good hacker.
Something, I don't know. But basically, Gintoki's like, well, I don't really care about my scooter per se, but I rented a video the other day and it's still under the seat. If I don't get that shit back, my late fee's gonna go through the roof. You don't understand, Shinpachi. I can't pay that late fee. I refuse to pay that late fee. And Shinpachi's like, get your priorities straight, man. Get your priorities straight. Come on.
Right. He's shocked that he's more worried about a freaking fee than going to prison.
Which, hey, Gintoki, have you ever heard of Netflix? You could get Netflix. Just putting that out there. And then Kagura's like, no need to worry about the late fee. Not after we get all that sweet moolah from the register. And Shinpachi's like, fuck, there is a filthy ass soul behind behind those beautiful eyes.
I felt that very awkward. I felt as though he was like slightly hitting on her without realizing it.
Well, come on, Kagura's eyes they're pretty.
I will admit this. Her eyes are very, very pretty in the anime.
Oh yeah.
Very, very pretty.
They're like nice and blue and wide.
Because guys, I'm a sucker for blue eyes. And she has the perfect blue eyes. They're perfect. Oh my gosh. But
are they as perfect as my blue eyes?
There's a more vibrant.
Okay, whatever.
I like vibrant eyes. But I don't know why, because in this specific area is dark, is black, and this manga is black.
Well, I mean, that's probably just because, manga and
yeah,
colors.
I mean, right. I understood the reason why he'd make them black. I mean, it's kind of obvious why. But what kind of bugs me about it is just hearing those words coming from Shinpachi's mouth kind of freaks me out a little bit. I was like, I don't expect you to say be devised to a 14-year-old girl.
Well, he's only like 2 years older than Kagura. It's not that weird.
It's not that weird, but still. I don't know. I just felt really awkward with that sentence. I felt really awkward.
I think you're reading into it too much.
No, I just felt awkward reading it. Because, I don't know. Just something about it just felt awkward.
Anyway. And Shinpachi's questioning whether Kagura has a license, even though she seems to be driving okay. And Kagura's like, you don't need a license to hit and run. That's a very dark thing for Kagura to say, almost.
All the things she has said, like...
And Shinpachi's like, what the fuck? Where are you gonna run her over? I mean, I know she stole our stuff, but what the fuck?
I mean, I feel like that too. If I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there with you and you said that, I'd be like, what?
And Gintoki's freaking out. Well, hold on. You gotta be careful of that video that I have in there. And
right.
Shinpachi's like, shut the fuck up. Just stop it. Worry about something else. But I like to note this. I like to note Chapter 4 as the first chapter where we get to see the full trio act like such horrible people. I mean, with the exception of Shinpachi, but still.
Right, like the two most active characters, the two more active members of the trio, I feel like such horrible people.
Oh yeah, these guys are awful. But we see Catherine kind of look back and she's like, oh fuck, they're catching up. And she decides to go down an alleyway, which, as we find out in the next page, that doesn't stop them. But go on, Jasmine.
Well, it doesn't stop Kagura. But what you guys don't know about alleyways, you guys probably don't know about alleyways in Japan, but they're really, really narrow.
Uh-huh.
Like, crazy narrow. Like, it's amazing you get stuff through it. But, basically, this does not stop Kagura. So, she bombards straight through this alleyway, destroying sides of the car, if not houses or buildings, as she goes by.
Uh-huh.
And I think Cole could probably do a better version of this than I could.
Better version of what?
Of Gintoki's scream.
I think he's saying I, but I'm not sure.
It's probably like that weird thing when he's like doing that, when he's like stuttering, you know what I'm talking about?
I think it's, I don't know.
It's like or something like that.
Yeah, or something.
It's not, we don't know. It's something weird. He probably say I, or he's saying like something like that. I don't know. It's really weird.
I don't know what the fuck kind of yell that is. I don't know. I've seen some weird yells in manga and stuff, but that kind of takes the cake.
Right, like you don't know if it's ay 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 or ee. I don't know exactly what the heck that is.
Sugita could do a better job of that than I ever could.
Like,
obviously,
I don't even think we heard him even do that in the anime.
I don't think so.
I think he just screamed, but
something I don't know, but
right. Yeah. So I guess we're just gonna leave that alone for right now.
Let's leave that alone.
Right, because we don't know, and we're not gonna try anymore.
No.
But and then basically Shinpachi is like, because he's like, I think we just moved past Catherine when it comes to felonies.
Yeah, no shit.
Because basically they just did vandalism and hijacking all in one.
Yeah, no shit.
And we're about to do a hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear, I believe this is Kagura?
No, yeah, that's Kagura. That's Kagura.
And she's like, I don't know what the heck is she doing, but she's like, die. Catherine. So it's really weird. I think she's bumping.
No, it's an elongated yell. It's just.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
It's supposed to be read like, die, Catherine. I don't know. I don't know. See, yeah,
that makes it so much funny. That makes it so much funnier.
You could tell it's Kagura because there's the at the end.
Right, you can definitely okay. Well, you guys, but the problem is that sometimes you can't even tell because sometimes she barely says it. She'll say it at random.
See, this is the thing I was talking about last episode. Her speech quirk doesn't matter at all. Like sometimes they'll put it in there, sometimes they'll leave it out. Like it's inconsistent, but at the same time, I personally don't care about it because I don't know. It doesn't matter at all as long as you know that she does speak with she has kind of an accent. Kind of. Not as much as Catherine though, which I'm not sure if
Catherine's accent, oh my god.
You can, like, when you watch the anime and you listen to how she talks, even if you don't know what she's saying, you can tell that like she has some kind of weird
translation thing going on. It's really weird. You could definitely tell, like, if you're blindfolded, you could tell who Catherine was.
It doesn't even have to be translated. Like you can tell that like she's speaking very weirdly.
Like, you know how, like, for instance, like when people say baka, they'll be like this, like baka. She'll be like baka.
Who day?
Baka. Like she says something like that. It's really thick.
It's like really thick Japanese.
Right. So instead, like when like Congo would be like baka or something like that. It'd be very I wouldn't say it'd be kind of bland. It'd be kind of be like very.
It sounds normal. At least
it sounds kind of normal. Like the way she says "baka" would sound very normal, but like when Catherine says it, it's really thick. Like "baka." She always extends it.
It's something, yeah, but
like, have you ever noticed that when she says that she always extends it?
She does that with a lot of things she says.
Right, like every single word that has like 4 letters, she'll like extend it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like again, yeah, you don't even have to read it, translate it. Like you can tell when you watch the anime when she speaks that she has an accent.
Right, it's so weird. And, like you could obviously tell that Kagura has like a very unique accent, but it's not really that much of a noticeable accent, really.
I mean, maybe it's
not. I mean, it's noticeable, but it doesn't really. You like after you hear it like once or twice, you kind of like get phased past it. You kind of ignore it after that.
I was gonna say maybe it's not so much of an accent, just
her speech.
Yeah, just her speech. Like again, it really, honestly, it really doesn't matter because it doesn't really lead to anything. It's literally just a throwaway thing. Like it doesn't contribute to anything at all other than making her character more unique and quirky, and that's about it.
Right.
Same thing with Catherine, except
Except this, she doesn't have a weird speech impediment after her sentences. She just says everything weird.
She just talks weird.
So basically, they're still going through the alley, but as they got finished with the alley, because again, they're going like, 60 miles per hour?
Something.
They were like 80 or something like that. They're busting through the ending of the alley, and there's a lake.
Mm-hmm.
And with a cliff. Well, it's like a bridge, guys. Like, you know how dams are built? It's kind of like that.
It's basically a river.
Yeah. And what happened is that Catherine parked on the sidelines.
Yeah.
and made them believe that she went straight ahead.
Uh-huh.
And what happens is that they didn't realize this until it was too late. And they're just like, what? And the car goes into the water.
Mm-hmm. But she's just kind of sitting there watching the car drown. And
it's like, ooh, ha 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 ha, I'm evil.
I was gonna say suddenly we see that Otose's followed Catherine to the bridge, which.
Well, she has to be a freaking fast walker.
Well, no, see, because you can see the police car. Oh wait, well, okay, no, I was gonna say you can see the police car. But then I was going to say, wait, but their police car just drowned, but then they probably got backup.
As I said, that means they had to have a walkie-talkie or a cell phone with them.
We are not going on that discussion again. I was going to say, I'm not surprised by the fact that she showed up. I'm more surprised by the fact that she knew where to go.
Right.
That's the weird thing.
Well, maybe they followed the destruction that Kagura was causing.
Maybe.
And they just took a second route.
I don't know, but basically we hear Otose shout, "That's far enough, Catherine," and she's kind of standing on the other side of the bridge, and she's just kind of like, she's kind of like, yeah, this is kind of sad, you know. I kind of liked you. I thought you were a good girl, and basically Otose's like, you were just playing me for a fool, and you're not actually supporting your family. That was probably a lie too. And Catherine's like, yeah, you're kind of an idiot. You're such a goody, you know. It's basically, she's basically saying nice guys finish last, you know.
Right. So basically, she's calling her out on what she did with Gintoki.
She doesn't know that yet.
No, I'm just saying, like, basically she's calling Otose exactly what she called Gintoki.
A sap, yeah.
Yeah, basically that's what she's calling her.
And that, you know, people like Otose get used by people like Catherine, and
that's kind of true.
And Otose's like, well, it's just part of who I am, and I'm a little too old to change that. But I got to meet some pretty cool people like that, and she starts.
Flashback!
I was gonna say it more subtly, but anyway, you're about as subtle as a sledgehammer.
You hurt my feelings, guys. You hurt my feelings.
Okay. I don't have time to lament on that. It's getting late, and I want to finish the chapter. But don't rush through it though. It's not a big deal. Mixed messages. So basically, she starts to tell a little story about how there was this man and that she met on a very cold, snowy day, and I guess I'm jealous because you get to cover the flashback, but I'll let you cover the flashback because it's your team. Fuck. Go on.
Yes, karma got you. You called me. You said I wasn't subtle. No,
you just shut up and do the pages.
But basically, she says that she decided to, on a whim, she decided to visit her husband's grave. So yeah, he died. But so she left the offering for him. She says that the graves don't talk to her, and we hear, and I'm just gonna say we hear a voice. I'm just gonna say that just for general. But there's a person that says, "Hey, Granny, are those dumplings? Are you okay if I eat them? Because seriously, I'm so hungry that I might die." And basically, she goes to say that, well, these belong to my husband, so you ask him. So, literally without even legit asking or even saying anything, he just grabs the dumplings and eats them. He eats them. And then she goes to say, then she goes ahead and asks anyway, saying, what did my husband say? And then flashback kind of ends. And we transition back into present time. And he's like, do you want to know what he said to me that day? And actually, as she's talking, Catherine's trying to do a hit and run.
Yeah.
So basically, she's trying to kill Otose.
Mm-hmm.
So Otose's saying that this person, saying that he was busy being dead.
Mm-hmm.
And basically said that he made a promise to her husband, saying that I will never forget this debt. So he said I will never forget this debt that I owe you. So he said, so until your wife kicks the bucket, I will. Well, I can't really say the rest because
yeah.
Because
basically,
it's his part.
Basically, yeah, I'll finish it off. Basically,
Yeah.
it was Gintoki that made this promise to Otose, and as Gintoki jumps out of the river and jumps out of the river to come up from behind Catherine to, I'm assuming, hit her in the back of the head off screen, but Otose is basically explaining, or just kind of quoting Gintoki, yeah, I'll never forget this debt, your old woman's going to kick the bucket soon, but until that happens, I'm going to protect her for you instead, which is very sweet.
It's very, very sweet.
I kind of like Otose's face there. She's like, yep, you're fucked.
Yeah, she's like, don't mess with me. That's basically what it is. She's like, don't mess with me.
And yeah, it's implied that Gintoki hits Catherine because we get a thwack sound effect.
Either that or, yeah, basically, that's the only way he's kind of able to stop the scooter.
But, on the next page here, the next panel, we see, her hands in handcuffs, and then she's finally been, apprehended.
Arrested.
Huh?
I said arrested, but apprehended and arrested mean the same thing.
Yeah. With, okay, I guess we can assume that he hit her on the head, because there's
there's a bump.
There's a little bump on her head. Basically, Gintoki and Otose are kind of having a little back and forth with each other. I'm trying to figure out who's talking. I think this is Gintoki talking at first, saying, yeah, nice way to show her gratitude for giving her a job, People who can't keep their obligations are simply hideous, And Otose's like, you're one to talk. Shut up. Just shut up. You don't pay your rent. And, Gintoki's like, well, people are all kinds of hideous, and Otose's like, just shut up. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I like how, while they're talking, I didn't notice this until, I didn't notice this until I read it today, but I think Kagura's wearing what do you call those things?
I think it's a toupee.
No, not that. The thing she's wearing around her neck. What do you call that?
A scarf?
I think it's one of those things.
A mufflet?
Yeah, but I think it might be made out of animal fur. I think there's a specific name for things like that.
It has a specific name. I don't
remember. But yeah, she's wearing one of those animal fur things around her neck, and I think she's wearing, I don't know what she's wearing on her head.
It looks like a toupee.
Is it I don't think it's a toupee. No, it's something squiggly around her head. It's like a necklace or something. I don't know.
No, what I'm looking at doesn't look like that at all. It looks like a legit toupee.
Maybe it is a toupee. I don't know. Oh, I just noticed. I was wondering what she was holding in her hand.
You just realized that that's a register?
I just realized that's the register.
And Shinpachi's like, hold up.
She's like, get the fuck back here. What the fuck you doing?
She's like, it's my money now.
Man.
Like, I can buy all the rice I want now. I can buy all the sour seaweed I want now.
Man. But Otose and Gintoki keep on talking. Otose's like, yeah, I mean, I guess since you did me a favor today, I'll let you pass on the rent this month. And Kentucky's like, really? Thanks. I'll be sure to pay the rent, the month after next. And she's like, whoa, so subtle. Man, you're trying to weasel your way out of next month's rent. And I don't know. And that's where the chapter ends. Man, I don't know where to start. I think we should pick a favorite part and our least favorite part of this chapter. Honestly, it was a little hard for me to pick a least favorite part, but I know what my favorite part of this chapter is, but, mine might be a little obvious, so,
Yeah, I kind of already know.
What was your favorite part of this chapter, Jasmine? I'm kind of curious if you have one.
I have a couple.
Well, what's your most favoriteest part?
My most favorite?
Yeah, like out of your favorites that apparently you have.
That would be Epic Fake Gintoki and Kagura.
Okay, that's a good one.
Like, overall, just that scene, just like that little section in itself.
Yeah.
When they're going after Catherine, it's just like, I like that a lot.
Unfortunately, their faces don't look as funny in the anime at all.
Not in the specific episode.
No, I mean just that I know that panel that you're talking about.
Right, their face, they don't show that face. They kind of just have that weird like blackout eyes thing.
No, they don't even have that. Like it's just like it looks nothing like that panel at all in the anime. Like it's literally just a yellow moving background, and they're just kind of it's not even a close up on their faces. It's like a faraway shot, and they're just wide out eyes. It's not really anything special. Do you have a least favorite part at all?
I don't really think I have a least favorite, honestly. Like, if I had to pick something that has to do nothing with the panel.
Just anything about the chapter at all.
Very straightforward.
Like compared to the anime, you mean?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that that's why I say I can't really say much about it, because it's really good overall.
Yeah, it's not a bad chapter. I like it.
It's not. Like, it's kind of hard to pick a bad part of it.
Like, I agree that the chapter compared to the anime episode is very straightforward, and it just kind of goes from one thing to another, and there's not really much else to it but the plot of the specific chapter at all. Like, there are gags and stuff, but they do a lot more with the anime.
Right.
That I think makes this a little more memorable. But oh man, yeah, I think you know what I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Oh fuck. Obviously my favorite part of this chapter is the flashback.
Of course.
I fucking love this flashback. Like when I first read this chapter, I immediately went, okay, that's a nice little heartwarming thing. I did not expect this between Gintoki and Otose, because I just expected them to just fucking hate each other. But, and they one's basically a freeloader, and the other, is constantly trying to get money off of this deadbeat motherfucker. and I always thought, I liked reading that flashback for the first time, because it showed me that their relationship isn't so, it's not what it seems on the surface. Like, yeah, they get annoyed with each other, but they have kind of they have this little moment in the past where, like, where Gintoki's, I'm assuming he's very thankful to Otose for giving him that food. But yeah, I love this flashback just because I think it does a really good job of showing how deep of a relationship that Otose and Gintoki kind of have. And I also like how this flashback does come in, like, this flashback kind of adds to a very later story arc. The Kabukicho 4 Davis arc, which you haven't watched yet, but I promise, Jasmine, it's a fucking awesome arc, and I know you'll love it. A lot of backstabbing and a lot of twists in that arc, and that arc does bring back this flashback.
I know.
So that's also why I like this flashback, because it does have some kind of importance later. But yeah, I just like it. It's a nice flashback, and it really also showcases the kind of person that Otose is. Because at first, when you meet Otose, you just think, oh, this woman's just kind of an old bitch, that typical bitchy landwoman. But there's more to Otose to that, and I can appreciate that a lot. I could go on forever about how much I like Otose and how much of a good character I really think she is. Because she really is, and I just appreciate her character a lot, and I never realized how much I appreciated her character until I just went through the chapter now. Like, I'm not sure if you agree at all, Jasmine.
Yeah.
My least favorite part about the chapter overall, I mean, I'm kind of scraping because this chapter was pretty good. There's not really much to dislike about it. But, I guess I'd have to pick the title page just cause it's not a bad title page, but it's very...
This is really frustrating you, isn't it?
It's not, no, I mean, it's not even the fact that I'm trying to figure out when this photo was taken. It's just kind of a bland cover page to me. I guess it's kind of funny. Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I guess they're just saying that the first impression you think is a raggedy old photo, but it has more sentimental value?
Maybe.
maybe they're kind of going with the title in an awkward way.
Some kind of awkward metaphor?
Right. Or they're probably foreshadowing, saying that everything might be old and ragged, but doesn't mean that there's some sentimental value in the back.
Maybe something. I'm not sure.
Because you think about this kind of chapter is kind of like saying that there's more sentimental, like there's more like between Gitoki and Otose. So I guess it's just my theory. I guess they're kind of doing it in a weird way. Showing, I don't know. I'm just throwing out random theories, guys. I really don't know about this picture.
So, in my opinion, I think the humor in this chapter is like miles better than the first three.
Oh yeah.
Like he doesn't do much, but there's a lot of physical comedy and stuff in this, and it's because before this it was mostly all just dialogue based gags and stuff, but there's a lot of slapstick in this chapter, to the extreme, and I like how he kind of steps it up with the slapstick, because I think it really adds more to the comedy. And he's not just limiting himself to just textual dialogue based jokes.
That's very true, though.
And this chapter also showcases how good Sorachi is at writing a very heartwarming, actually very sentimental narrative, with the flashback and all that.
Yeah, and what you guys don't know is that you guys are going to end up hating Sorachi. The reason I say that is because he's going to be he's going to do this to you and you're going to hate him for this, but he's going to give you a villain.
A few villains.
He's going to give you a few villains and you're going to be like, I hate this guy. And at the end you're like, really? Why?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I remember, I think last Saturday we watched a few arcs like that, where the villain of that arc is either not very likable or you just hate him, and then you suddenly get some kind of backstory on their motives and why they do the shit they do, and you'll be like, at first you'll be like, okay, I understand why he did this, and then
but still you're an asshole for doing it. But then if he goes deeper.
And then it'll go deeper, and you're like, oh, I actually kind of feel sorry for this character.
Right. Okay, there's a specific character. This one specific art is called Sheto by the
Shinsengumi Rebellion arc.
The arc will blow all your minds. No lie.
That's a good fucking arc.
Because that's a good example of giving you a villain that you will despise with all your being. But then be like, I feel so bad. Because you sit there and you're like, man, this dude is really messed up. What the F? And then you get his backstory, you're like, oh, dang.
wow, makes sense.
Right, you just sit there, you just sit there mind blown, because you're just like, oh my gosh, I just want to hug him.
But yeah, this chapter is definitely kind of a taste of what you're going to get in the future.
Yeah, because guys, you guys are going to hate him. You guys, this is why I say you guys are going to hate Sriracha, because you're going to be like, just give me a villain I'm going to hate. Cause trust me, every time I watched this arc, I was like, just please give me a character that I can actually hate and stay hateful to.
Could you stop making me like the villain and feel sorry for him?
Right. I want to find a villain. I want to have a reason to be mad at that person. I don't want to have an anime that would just be like, oh yeah, I hate this dude, and then like literally 20 minutes, like 4 minutes later after that 20-minute mark, you're like, I feel so bad for him. He just deserved that.
I mean, not that we don't like that.
Right, it's not that we don't like that, it's just that we get that so much, we're just like,
Do something different. Why can't we hate the villain for once?
Right, because like every time he pulls out an arc, we already know that we're gonna get some background, and we're gonna feel sorry. Or we're like, can we please just hate a character?
But I guess I should ask. We don't get a lot of her character at all in this chapter at all, because I don't know. I guess I might as well just ask. Like, what are you? Speaking of first impressions, I don't know. What was your first impression of Catherine at all?
Like when I first ever saw her.
Yeah, like when you first see her, like I don't know.
Like just in this manga, or just ever when I first started the anime.
Yeah, I guess from the anime, sure.
Okay, if I had to, because guys, what happens that I probably said this before, but I actually watched the anime before I started the manga.
Yeah.
So, which is a bad habit, but what happened is that when I first saw Catherine, I was like, "Where's this old hag?" I know it's a really bad thing to say, but I really thought she was an old hag when I first saw her, because she looks very distinctive in the anime.
Mhm.
Very distinctive. So I'm just like, okay, there's an old hag. But then, as she started seeming nice, I'm like, okay. And then, there's some other stuff that I want to talk about later that I won't say right now, but she does some stuff, and I'm just like, okay, so there's something interesting about this chick. So then, when I first saw her, basically I thought she was just an old hag that was going to be extremely bland. I really thought that. I really thought she was going to be an extremely bland character.
As far as this chapter goes, Catherine as a character, I feel like is very, I wouldn't say it's surface level, but compared to everybody else, she's very,
We don't know much about her at all. Like, everybody else, we get a background, or at least get a hint of a background.
I mean, well, minor spoiler. I mean, we will see her again. This isn't the last of Catherine. She'll eventually become part of the Snack House group, but so obviously we don't get a lot of background on her, and she's just obviously, for the purposes of the story and the narrative, she is set up to be this very manipulative thief, and that's all she is for this chapter. But
right.
I mean, no, I was gonna say, honestly, Catherine's never really been that. Even later on, when she becomes a bit more developed,
she's still a slapstick character. She's more the girl that you want to be they'll beat the crap out of her, or call her out for laughs.
I mean, I don't know. We'll get episodes with Catherine where we get some kind of character development, and she will have her sentimental moments with other characters and stuff, and I can't wait to talk about those, because those are really nice. I like those, but for now, Catherine isn't all that interesting. Basically, she's just kind of she's basically just used as a plot device for now to basically an excuse for Sriracha to bring up this this debt that Gintoki has with Otose is basically the purpose of Catherine's character for now. But yeah, as much as I would like to talk about Catherine, even when we do get more on her, there really isn't much.
That's very true.
Just because she isn't really meant to be that deep of a character at all.
Right.
But she does have a few good moments in the show, which I can appreciate. I don't know, obviously I appreciate Otose a lot after reading this, but I don't know, what do you think of Otose?
I really like her, but I liked her to begin with, honestly, because she was so sassy.
Okay.
She was. I liked her from the beginning. 'Cause I was just like, interesting. But you sound like you sound exactly what a smoker sounds like at your age.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that bothered me. I'm like, you sound exactly like a smoker would sound at your age. But then I found something. Then Colton showed me something and it shot the crap out of me because apparently the same person that voiced Otose voiced another character that sounds completely different than this.
You mean Orochimaru?
Yeah, that was weird. That's weird, guys.
Which I found out the other day that the voice of both those characters, the actor is a woman. It's an actress.
Right. Doesn't that scare you guys?
I actually thought for the longest time that
Ojiro was a man. I really thought that.
Yeah, I thought that too, but I didn't know she was a chick.
She could do a freaking good man voice because I'm not even lying, guys. While I was watching Naruto, no lie, I legit thought that Orochimaru was voiced by a man because it sounds like a man.
Yeah, no kidding.
It sounds like a very awkwardly sexual man.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what's weird. That's what makes it weird because she can go because not only is this a female voice actor, she goes from sounding like an awkwardly sexual man to a smoking for like 60 years old lady. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, a little weird. But I don't know. What did you think of the chapter overall?
I really liked it overall. It's just that it's really straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, even if it is straightforward, I actually really enjoy this this fourth chapter. Like out of the four that we've covered, the more I go back to the first chapter or first episode, the more I really like it and appreciate it, just because that's where the series starts. But after that, I think I'd have to put this chapter next, honestly, because again, if it weren't for the flashback, I wouldn't like this chapter at all, honestly. But then again, I'm not sure if you could really have this chapter without that flashback. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. But
think about it. If you just try to introduce Catherine as a person, it would not work.
Yeah, because Catherine's really at this point we don't know anything about Catherine, and Catherine's really not that interesting of a character. Honestly, at least not at this point.
Right. It also we already know he kind of used Catherine to get that flashback on Otose and Gintoki. And we already know that if he just went ahead and did the flashback, it would not stand on its own, period.
Yeah, like I guess I understand what you're trying to say, that he had this little flashback in mind, but he just didn't know how to present it without making it seem forced and just
right. And then when he was trying to introduce Catherine as a character, he didn't know how to work with that without making it seem forced as well.
So yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. That he tried to. Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah, so he kind of had to intertwine to make it all work.
But I think we both really liked the chapter.
Yeah,
it was a good one. I actually really enjoy it. Definitely my favorite out of the four.
Right. Definitely.
But, I think we've gone on for long enough.
Yeah.
So I guess we should get on to the next segment.
Yep.
Okay. It's time for the life lessons segment. Hey, we already have music playing in the background right now as we speak.
Should I redo my stuff?
Alright, sure, why not? This week's chapter title, if for those who might have skipped the manga recap, which if you did, shame on you. People who make good first impressions usually suck. Alright, so, I don't know what to think about this chapter title other than, it makes sense. This one makes sense, but what I'm wondering is, I'm trying to think back if there have been any times where, like, if I've ever been in a situation like this.
Well, I have.
Well, if you have, good, because I don't think I've ever met anybody like this where they make a good impression and then it ends up that they suck later.
Well, like, is a certain friend of ours or ex-friend?
Ex-friend, huh? All right. Which one? Which one? Like, no, don't tell him.
We gonna bleep this.
Don't tell him by name, but like, just describe him or her.
Big boobs.
They're.
Big boobs.
Oh, you mean the one that we kind of kicked out of the group after. Oh yeah. Okay, this is getting into like our old high school clique group. No, that's fine though. But I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, there was a certain person who used to be both of our friends because we liked her at first. We really did. We had fun with her, but it turned out that she was kind of a slut. And
not even kind of. She was just a major slut.
Okay, I was trying to be kind. I was trying to be nice a little bit, but yeah, she was.
I can be nice about it, guys. I really can't. I was not a happy camper. Learning all this.
Yeah, she wasn't. She turned out to be a very, very questionable person. That's to say the least.
Right. Started off really cool. They were all like, "Yeah, she's awesome."
And then we just kind of devolved into like whenever we would hang out in the library or something, we would all. I guess I wouldn't because I was oblivious to it at the time, just cause. But apparently, some of our friends would like talk about her behind her back, and then like when she would come by, they'd be all like, "Hey, what's up?" And okay.
Right, I was the one that noticed this, guys. I'm the only one that noticed this. That it got so bad that people would say crap behind her back, and then come back the next day and be like, "Hey," I'm like, "Really?" So that's a really good impression of people who make good first impressions usually suck.
Huh. That's like the one person I can think of, honestly.
I can think of another one because actually, guys, I had a guy that was trying to hire me. He offered me the job, right? Cause when I first met him, he seemed like a really calm, cool, and collected guy.
Uh-huh.
And he wanted to hire me. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So, and guys, I'm close to the store. I'm like literally 5 minutes away. I could walk there. That was my dream job, just to walk there.
I know what it's like to walk 5 minutes to work now.
Right. He didn't understand what I meant by that till recently. But
it's fucking awesome, I'll say that much.
Right. So when he offered me the job, I was like, okay. So I had my interviews, and then he didn't give me the job because he said I had too many people on my interviews. Interesting? Huh. Yeah. No, he started, this is what I say. He was making up lies after my second interview with him.
Huh.
He started saying, the first thing he said was that because of my drug test, first he said he couldn't give me another cut for my drug test because there's another little issue that happened with my first drug test. Like the cup kind of got malfunctioned or something like that. It was weird.
Your cup malfunctioned?
No, apparently, because what happens is that usually when you take a drug test, they make you go to a certain place to take the drug test.
Uh-huh.
But what happens is that he gave me a cup that automatically does a drug test right then and there.
Huh. Oh yeah, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I had to go through that too.
And I didn't know about this, so I went to the bathroom ahead of time.
Oh yeah, I hated that. I've been through the same thing.
So I was just like, oh. So I kind of was able to pass the drug test because of that. So then he first tells me that he couldn't give me a second drug test. I'm like, okay. But then he goes to say to my mom, because we go to the store all the time. So he goes to say to my mom saying that he couldn't hire me because his boss, because the upper levels of this corporation did not confirm him to hire another person.
Huh.
Right. Weird, right? And then he goes to tell an employee that told my mom, and me, saying that I had too many people on my interviews. And that's the reason why he didn't hire me. But anyway, yeah, I have a couple stories of why first impressions usually suck.
Well, I feel so lucky, because unfortunately I've never had to deal with this at all. Because most people I end up meeting usually end up being pretty cool.
Well, you had one that was the specific friend.
Describe them for me.
No, you had another one besides that girl. Yeah, two actually.
Which ones?
There is one precisely that you absolutely hate.
Are you talking about the shorter one with the black hair?
The shorter mixer one. Mexican, Puerto Rican.
I'm just gonna send the name through Skype.
No.
Not that one.
I said Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
It's a boy.
The one that put up a knife to my face?
Yeah. Okay, what you guys don't know is that I'm really good friends with this person still. He is fortunate despises this person.
Whoa, you're still friends with this guy?
I mean, I always keep contact with people. I mean, we don't text each other a lot, but when we do see each other, we're like, hey.
Oh, I hate this motherfucker.
Yeah, he hates this guy with all his being.
Like this isn't even a good example, because I never really liked this guy in the first place, honestly. He didn't, he never left a first good impression on me.
Okay, then he left one on me.
I just didn't like him from the get-go. Because of what?
There's another one. We call him Super Senior.
Super Senior. Just type the name through Skype, because I don't want to name names. I don't know. He never really. She just sent me his name through Skype, but
yeah.
I never. Honestly, I'm not sure if he left. I'm not sure if he really left a lasting first impression on me. He just kind of weeded his way in the group. He just kind of associated himself with us, honestly.
Okay, what you guys don't know, by the way, is that because of this one specific girl that is no longer our friend, because of her, a lot of people in the associated in our group without kind of our concern.
Wait, what?
Not concern, my bad. Because of this specific person, we don't know how this happened, but every time, for some reason, everybody got linked towards her in our clique.
Yeah, she didn't really bring the most likable people, honestly.
We didn't understand how she was able to do this. She brought in people that we never even knew existed in the world.
They just kind of associated themselves with us, and yeah, I mean,
we kind of just left it at that because we're very mellow people, so we just didn't really care.
Yeah, so we didn't really pay much attention to it. We just kind of went with the flow.
Right, we're kind of like this. We accept everybody. We do. In this specific clique, I call it our weird clique because we're kind of considered weird.
Well, we were
in high school. We were considered weird. Because we're the people that like anime and all of this stuff.
Yeah, we like anime and cartoons and stuff. So
right, so they immediately considered us weird because we were childish.
Oh yeah. We had to go to school with a lot of people like that, but
right, so we were counted as weird. So we were a weird clique, but we had a really interesting name. we didn't call ourselves weird. We called ourselves the Lunch Club.
Did we call ourselves that? That's kind of late. That's kind of
me and my best friend that has my same name. Because I guess you could say we're kind of the founders. It's the reason we count ourselves as head captains of the group were because everybody kind of formed around us. So we're okay, so we're kind of head captains. So we decided to name. So one day, sophomore year, we were sitting there. We're we need to give this place a name.
Well, wow! You're kind of blowing my mind here. I didn't know any of this. When were you captain?
I was co-captain.
When were you co-captain?
For this, it started.
Honestly, I think everybody kind of thinks that they started the group. Right,
everybody thinks they started the group. The reason me and the specific person said that we were captain and co-captain was because everybody resigned around us. The reason we say that is because, like, everywhere we sat, everybody would come towards us.
I don't think we ever really had a specific group leader, because
we didn't really see that we need a leader. But what happens is that me and a specific person, we tested this. So we tested because we started noticing that people were residing around us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how when one person sits somewhere, the other person sits there, and then the other person comes and sits there.
But that changed all the time.
Not really. Like, what happens is that we tested this. Like, I had her sit on the opposite side. I had myself I had myself hide in the library shelf, and I noticed that everybody was coming around her. But then the next day, I sat there. I sat in a whole different spot, and everyone's like, "Oh, hey."
I don't know. I don't.
We noticed this. We noticed that because what happens is that our ex friend got there before us, and no one resigned around her.
Honestly, high school's kind of a blur.
You have to remember high school like I do.
It's been about a year at this point since we've all graduated, and I've kind of moved on from.
See, I miss my high school years, guys. He doesn't. He could care less.
Honestly, it's not that I don't care, or it's not that I don't care about my high school years at all. They were what I mean, I don't know. Like, I had my good moments. We had fun stuff, but like it's the people that I spent it with. And honestly, you and I differ a lot when it comes to, like, because honestly, I was a bit more exclusive with who I knew in high school.
See, what you guys don't know is that apparently every person that he or everybody else had a problem with, I didn't.
Yeah, because they never bothered you. They all, like, and it's...
See, I think it was because I had respect. I'm not sure what the F was going on in the situation, because I don't know why. Everybody would have a problem with other people. Like, per se, this one Pacific Puerto Rican boy.
Yeah, I remember I was at a friend's birthday party at a hotel, and he thought it'd be funny if, while I was laying on one of the beds, he would just put a knife right up to my face while I had my eyes closed, just trying to lie down for a bit. And he thought it was like the funniest shit ever. And I was like, dude, you could have fucking cut me.
You know what's funny? He's probably gonna look at this and be like, "Whoa." He's probably gonna be really upset looking at this too.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't know I doubt he knows what Gintama is, let alone actually reads it at all. But Jesus,
he has a problem with him. I don't.
Yeah, because he didn't put a knife up to your face. That's why you don't have a problem with him.
And there's another person that I call Super to hide his identity. I'm calling him Super Senior.
I don't know. I guess I have a very tight knit group of friends around.
He does. He really does. Like, guys, you see how narrowed our group has become. It's kind of sad.
No, it's not. I like the size.
I like our group as of right now, but guys, you guys could not believe how big our group was in high school. This was huge.
There were a few times where I thought it was a little too big, honestly, because there were a few people. Like, I'm an accepting person. Don't get me wrong. I'm afraid I'm sounding the opposite, but I am an accepting person. I like to keep an open mind, and it's not that it's not that I don't like getting to know new people, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like, I feel like if our listeners knew these people that I'm talking about right now, that they'd have a better understanding of what I'm trying to say. So some of these people that kind of just melded with the group, like, they weren't questionable, but like they just, some of them weren't the most mature. Some of them were, honestly, they were just god awful annoying. Honestly, some of them.
Yeah, because what you guys don't know is apparently a lot of our friends were.
They were what?
Let's say they were just potheads, basically.
I mean,
we had two of them, and we didn't understand. Like, one, he was very cool and very calm. Like, we never saw him mad. Remember that?
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
We never saw this dude mad, whether he smoked or not.
honestly, I don't think that has anything to do with it. It's just, I like to surround myself with people that are generally more mature, honestly, that don't like,
Oh,
that,
like I'm immature.
I didn't say you were immature, I didn't say you were immature.
Well, that hurt.
What? I'm saying you're not immature.
I know, I said, oh, he said I'm not immature, and then he said no, I'm like, oh, aw.
Wow, no, you're not immature, you just don't listen.
Shush, I do listen.
Yeah, clearly. But, I don't know, I don't want to go on for too much longer. All I'm trying to say is I had very few people in that group who I felt like were actually my friends, and I'd actually want to hang out with them and spend time with them, get to know them, and I could actually talk to them about stuff. Jasmine's one of them. I've known Jasmine since like middle school, so.
Right, we knew each other for a very long time.
Yeah,
Actually, I think this summer it will be our 7th?
No, about 7 or 8. 7 or 8.
Yeah, 7th or 8th year of knowing each other.
Oh yeah,
by the summer.
Yeah, we've known each other for a while. But yeah.
But I think the reason I also think, sorry to go on another tangent, but I think the other reason I never had a problem with these people was because, I don't know why, but it seemed like everybody would come to me to vent.
Yeah, because you're neutral, and you're very infamous for it.
Yeah, I guess, you guys, trust me, you guys ever met me, I'm the most neutral person you're ever gonna meet.
Sometimes I wonder if you have emotions.
Like, people wonder that about that. Seriously, people wonder that about me.
Yeah,
I literally do not show emotion half the time.
No, you don't.
Like, I will probably like this, it's so, I have the most weirdest thing when it comes to emotions. Sometimes there can be something that's funny, and I'm so serious, guys, I would not laugh whatsoever. And everybody else could laugh around me. I don't know why. It's really weird. I'm very neutral to everything. Like, everything doesn't really get a full emotion from me. But, it's really weird. I'm very odd like that. So, a lot of people in this group, per se, really come up to me.
But...
And they will, spill out their feelings or their anger. Or they'll talk about the other person behind their back. I'm just like,
but I think we've gone on long enough.
yeah. Sorry, guys. Another tangent.
So, long story short, you've met people like this. I haven't, and yeah. I'm pretty sure the chapter title makes sense.
Yep, it does. Ding.
That was so over enthusiastic. All right, let's go on to the next segment.
Okay.
Right, this is the anime manga comparison segment. Boy, we got a bit to talk about here.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember what episode. What?
Let me see. Hold on.
What? What are you looking? Are you looking at what?
I could look it up, but I'm actually trying to remember.
It's episode 12.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's episode 12.
Okay, guys, I remember this episode precisely. I might have a little vague kind of thing here and there, but I remember this precisely. This thing is so lagged out.
What? So
it's so
what?
It's so spread out in the anime.
Yeah, there's things play out a bit more differently in the anime. It's still basically the same storyline. Just some scenes are kind of, well, not really switched around, but some of them are a bit more divided. There are a lot more gags in the anime episode, that's for sure.
That's very true.
And there's even a bit more foreshadowing as to whether Catherine is the thief or not.
Okay, because what you guys don't know is that I'm probably going to spoil this whole episode for you. I'm not sure.
Well, if they already listened to the manga recap, we
kind of basically told you what's going to happen. So if I tell you what's going to happen in the anime, oh boo-hoo. But what happens is that basically the reason I say it's so spread out is because when you legit look at it, okay, because when you first meet Catherine, of course, she's kind of like the same way in the manga. She's very like she kind of gives Gitoki her handkerchief.
Actually, she gives Shinpachi a handkerchief, which
That's right.
I forget why though.
I think he was the one that was getting hit. I'm not sure exactly who was getting hit in the situation.
No, he didn't get hit. He had something.
Maybe I think because he fell. I think because he fell, something fell on him. I believe.
Oh yeah, Kagura threw something at him.
Right. I think something. Either she threw something at him, or it was something wet that she threw at him.
No, it was Kagura threw the rice cooker at him. Or not?
Yeah.
No, not the rice cooker.
That was Gitoki.
No, it was no. Kagura threw Kagura. I don't know. Kagura was eating something, and they were having some kind of back and forth. So somebody was having a back and forth, and Shinpachi was commenting on it, and Kagura just threw something at Shinpachi, telling him to shut up. I don't know what it was, but she threw something at him though.
Right. So Catherine gives Shinpachi the handkerchief. That's where it kind of falls into play a little bit, but they kind of switch. They just switch the characters of who she's giving the handkerchief to.
Like again, things. Like I don't want to go over every single detail.
I'm not.
Say, but yeah, things do play out a bit differently, but it doesn't really take away anything from the episode. Yeah, I like the anime episode mostly because Catherine does a bit more in the episode. We actually kind of get to see her actually commit these robberies.
Well, actually, there's actually a specific scene that I remember precisely, or at least I think I remember precisely. But basically, what happens is that right after we find out that, because apparently, I don't think the cop tells them. I think they actually find this on the news. But I'm trying to remember. I think they found this on the news, if I recall.
No, the news does not play at all in this episode.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Oh, my bad then. But there's an episode when it's nighttime. There's a segment when it's nighttime, and we see Catherine in a full latex suit.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and Gintoki catches her.
Not even catches her. She's just standing on the building.
Oh no, that's okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She is standing on a building. I think this is.
That kind of like opens your suspicion that something's going on with her.
Yeah.
Because that's all you see. All you see is just her standing there, and then it cuts back to daytime.
But can I actually just watched the episode today so I can refresh my memory. Because the episode kind of starts off. The episode starts off kind of weird because I think they try to do some kind of weird. There's some narration going on, and we get to see Kabukicho and all that, like the nightlife of Kabukicho basically, and like there's some kind of weird narration going on.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Like I don't get what that was all about.
Oh, basically when they're talking about like how basically saying that like it's kind of obvious that there will be some thievery going on, something like that. Like basically they're kind of just saying what the story's about.
I just thought it was just some kind of reference to another Japanese show or something, honestly.
Who knows, guys?
It's there's a little thing. I don't know. This is something that caught me off guard because after this little thing, we cut to the snack shop, and it's kind of like a zoom in. It's like a little slow zoom in on the building, but like a random police car and tank just come out of nowhere.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm not sure how I missed this the first time, but literally like I think they're trying to chase somebody, but like. They're not even chasing. I don't know if they're like on their way to something or I don't know what the fuck's going on. But it's just a random police car and a random tank just pass by the snack shop, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is there a random tank just running around? What the fuck? Like it kind of caught me off guard. I literally had to rewind. Like, wait, hold on. What the fuck just happened? Rewind. Go back 10 seconds. I don't know.
Now I gotta rewatch this anime to see that.
Is Godzilla on the loose? I don't know. The fuck?
Oh my gosh! Now I definitely gotta watch this episode.
Did the prince let out another monster or something? Like I don't know what the fuck happened. It just kind of randomly comes out of nowhere.
Maybe they're foreshadowing something?
No! Not that I know. No, it can't be. It's just a random thing.
Maybe because they had extra money, they decided to put that in there.
Why? It leads nowhere. It's just like a 2-second thing, like, after him, and then, I don't know. It confuses the fuck out of me.
You guys don't understand, I'm having so much, I'm just dying listening to this.
I mean, I love tanks and all. The tanks are fucking cool, don't get me wrong, but it's just weird. Like, they just put in the tank there. Tank just kind of drives off right by the snack shop, and it just doesn't make any sense. And there's actually, I do want to talk. I do want to point out a few scenes in the anime that I like. There's I think there's some kind of crack made about. I forget what the dialogue is specifically, but Oh yeah, that's right. Gintoki asks how. I think he actually calls Kagura out on like how the fuck she breathes in space. And then for some reason they start comparing each other to cockroaches or something.
Oh, that's because cockroaches are known to be. They're kind of like they said that cockroaches are going to be the only animal or the only species to survive the apocalypse. Basically.
I think Kagura compared herself to a cockroach or something. I remember
that. I know what you're talking about.
I remember this scene because I remember watching this episode with Jay, and then after this, she kept quoting this. She kept quoting Gintoki when she's like, "Apologize to the cockroaches." Like it's such an insult that Kagura would be accounted for among the cockroaches.
Maybe because cockroaches don't need air. Period.
I don't know. Cockroaches
because they said cockroaches are going to be the only species alive that can actually survive an atomic bomb.
That's fucking scary. And then there's
Did you know that even if you step on it, it can still be alive?
Huh. I was afraid of that, but there's a scene. There's also another scene where, because they do kind of play up a bit more how Gintoki and Shinpachi don't have any money for food and shit. And they're just kind of hanging around at their headquarters, and Shinpachi starts, like, randomly spouting off random factoids about food and stuff. And, trying to lead up to, I don't know if he's, like, leading up to, like, eating Gintoki, or, but for some reason, like, Shinpachi goes crazy, and, like, cause the whole thing is, you see Gintoki's hair, just his hair. And then you assume that, like, Shinpachi's talking to his back as Gintoki's kind of, like, facing the window while sitting in his chair, and Shinpachi turns around the chair, and, like, I don't even think it's a log. I think it's, like, some kind of, like, rolled-up rug or something with Gintoki's hair, and Shinpachi's mad because he left? I don't know what the fuck was going on. Honestly.
I think what happened is that he had a daydream mode when he's like dreaming, like when he looks at something or a human, he like sees roast chicken.
Something, I don't know.
And he's like,
and then there is a scene where Gintoki like catches Catherine like sneaking into the snack shop about to steal the stuff.
Oh right.
And before that, Gintoki, like, he's having his own little dialogue. He's just walking down the stairs like, my mouth tastes bad. I really shouldn't be drinking strawberry milk before I go to bed.
Right.
And then he like comments on his own comment, and he's like, what the fuck am I doing talking to myself? Why am I doing my own comedy routine? and then Shinpachi comes, and he's like, oh fuck, I shouldn't be here. Gintoki and Catherine are obviously having some kind of affair or something. And then Kagura comes in and makes no sense. She's sleepwalking and shit, just saying the dumbest things and laughing really weird. A lot of weird, out of nowhere gags, honestly, but they're funny though. Oh yeah, and the hijacking's the funniest, cause obviously how it is because this whole scene takes place after the police came by, because the police are already gone at this point. It's a different night. Like, this takes place, like, in the span of, I think, like, 2 days. So So this doesn't take place in the span of one day like it does in the manga. Like, this takes place in the span of at least a few days. So the police have already come and gone, but the car that Gintoki and Kagura hijack is just a random cab that the cab stops, and then I think Gintoki rips off. No, I think I remember. Gintoki takes the cab driver out of the front seat, and Kagura rips the back door and just takes the couple out of the back seat, and they just take the car.
I remember that. Because it was snuggling up in the back seat, and it was just like, jerk!
And then, it happened so fast, and it was so fucking funny.
It's random like that.
This is literally, Grand Theft Auto shit that they're doing here, and...
Hello, because, doesn't Gintoki, walk up to the side of the passenger seat, and he's like, hey, I need this car.
Yeah, Gintoki just rips off the back door. He doesn't even open it, he rips it off, and I'm like, how the fuck did he do that?
It's Gintoki, don't question Gintoki.
Whatever. I noticed another weird little detail. Gintoki's VHS video rental gag, they don't have that in the anime for some reason.
I think that wasn't funny.
Maybe. I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny, but they probably took it out so they could keep animating Kagura causing more collateral damage.
Probably.
Because honestly, that was actually kind of funny.
It would.
Especially since you have the voice acting in there, and it just, it adds.
She did that, I love when she's talking, she's like, I love when she's talking, she's causing so much collateral damage, but she's talking so calmly.
And then, there's stuff where they almost run over a ramen guy, and then they almost run over a cat, and then she crashes into traffic. Into the back of traffic and stuff. I know, I thought it was kind of funny. Oh, and I like it how, there's a little scene where, Otose and Catherine are talking, and, while Otose's talking, there's, a 2-second little clip of the three of them drowning. It's just the way it's animated, it's just so... I think Shinpachi looks like he's choking himself, let alone trying to get up, swim out of the water. It's just weird. One of them looks like they're choking themselves. I forget if it's Shinpachi or Kagura. It was one of them. So I know Gintoki was actually trying to swim up. And one of them's, holding their neck, wondering if I hold my neck, maybe I can keep my breath in my body, or... I don't know what the fuck they're thinking.
Oh my god, that should be laughing this hard.
Actually, something else. There are two things that they kind of add to the episode that I wish they kind of added to the anime. Or to the...
Excuse me, what was that?
I said, there are two things that they added in the anime that I really liked, because I thought it added to the anime episode that I wish were in the manga, actually. Well, one of them, I guess, isn't really so much an addition, but, because, honestly, in the anime, I prefer, in the anime, Gintoki, jumping out of the river and, stepping in front of Otose, whereas in the manga, obviously, he just kind of attacked Catherine from the back, and he looked so kind of bored and nonchalant about it, but in the anime, he steps in front of Otose, guarding her, and you see him getting ready to, attack Catherine, and he actually looks pretty determined, and I really like that. I thought that added to the scene a lot, and I thought that really added to the weight of Otose and Gintoki's relationship that we were just kind of learning about. You can see the look in his eyes, he looks determined, and I really like it. Oh, and there's also a nice little line of dialogue from Otose where Catherine's just about to be put in the police car and sent to jail for a little bit, where Otose basically tells Catherine, "Hey, you're welcome back.
Yeah.
You're welcome back. Yeah, you're welcome back anytime." Basically.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which I like that they added that in the anime.
Right, because it'd be kind of awkward if she just if she didn't say that, and then we see Catherine come back, and we're like, what?
Like, I think as far as I know in the manga, she does come back, but they don't, like, call any attention to... Well, I think Otose makes, like, one comment about it, and she just kind of never mentions it again. But I know in the anime they make a big deal about it, to the point where, like, they have, like, at least little 3-second flashbacks of, like, what happened earlier, for those who maybe didn't watch the episode. So, I know they make a big deal about it comparatively in the anime, but I know it's just kind of a throwaway line in the manga. But I really like that they kind of foreshadow Catherine coming back to the group in the anime. But I feel like it's kind of unfair to ask. I think we both like the anime episode better for this one, just because there's so many more gags in the anime. They're honestly a lot funnier. And there are a bunch of little things in the anime that I feel like they should have added in the manga that really just add to the overall weight of the plot. The storyline of the episode, I mean. I'm not sure if you agree, Jasmine.
It does. I agree.
But yeah, I think we both like the anime episode better. I think we should get to the next segment, which will be probably pretty short.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we don't have much for this segment, but I'm not even sure if I have like one thing I wanted to talk about, and I thought I'm not even sure if you can really count this as a translation thing at all, but I noticed, first off, my favorite line in this fucking chapter is, "Tonight I drink your blood." Like, I think that's what she says in the anime too. So that's not even really a translation thing. I just like the wording. I just like that line. But there is something that actually kind of bothered me a little bit in the chapter. Because there is a panel in the chapter where Shinpachi refers to Otose as Mrs. Otose.
That's true.
So, but now, do you see why there's a problem with that, Jasmine? Why that would be kind of weird?
Is it because she's already basically single or widowed?
No, it's not even that. It's because Otose isn't her real name.
I actually did not know that.
I mean, it's not really a spoiler at all, but we do find out in a later chapter that her real name is Ayano Terada.
So that is really weird.
Yeah, so I don't know. The fact that I just thought it was weird since, again, Otose does reveal later that that's not her real name. That's just kind of her
stage name.
Yeah, it's just kind of her. It's just kind of a nickname of hers or something. I'm not really sure what she calls it.
Or maybe it's the snapshot name that people call her, so they won't end up getting her for real information.
I don't know, something, but I think it's just kind of an alias or something. But yeah, we do find out her real full name later. So the fact that the fact that Shinpachi not only refers to her, like if she just referred to her as like Miss Otose, because I can see what they're doing here, even though it's a little inconsistent, because I noticed that, I know I've seen this in the manga in the Viz translation before, where they do have some kind of thing where sometimes they'll use honorifics and sometimes they won't.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you will see a san or chan or sama in there somewhere, but I guess for some reason, for this one line of dialogue, they decided to try to translate that by using Mrs., which is kind of weird because Otose isn't really technically married because her husband's dead. And plus, again, Otose is not even her real name, so it's kind of weird that Shinpachi calls her that to me. It's not really a big deal. I just thought it was kind of weird, and it kind of caught me off guard. But like if they decided to call her if they wanted to use like Miss Otose or something, that would have been fine because that's more general. But like Mrs. is obviously used for married people.
Yeah.
So I just what?
Like my mom, she still goes by Mrs. Coleman and stuff like that, but
I don't know. It's just I don't know. It was just weird because again, Otose is not her real name, so I just thought it was weird to call her Mrs. Otose.
well, maybe it's because he didn't know her real name.
Well, I guess if that were actually it, I could understand that, but again, it's mostly a translation thing, just cause I don't know, or I don't know, maybe it could be that, I don't know, that makes more sense. Again, I just thought it was kind of weird. I kind of wanted to point it out, but I wanted to save something for translations and things. But overall, I thought the translation was it was okay. It was all right. Nothing necessarily wrong at all. It's pretty much spot on.
Right. There's a little couple of typos here and there, but otherwise
It's good. All right. So I think we should introduce a new segment.
Hmm?
So I don't know how often we're going to do this, but we finally got an email. But let's see. I'm trying to see who this is from. We got an email from San 2007 times 1. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. Or if you want to get technical, San 2007x1. I don't know. However you want to pronounce it. Let's see. I figure he kind of points out a few things that I think we might have talked about one of them, but I want to do this. I want to go through. Well, there's not a lot, but I want to go through some of these one by one. He starts off by saying, Chapter 4 seemed like it had a more faster pace than the anime. And, yeah, I agree.
It really did. It's very straightforward in the anime. It's very, very straightforward.
Oh, very, yeah. But, and then, next thing he says is, by the way, Gin looks a tad bloody in the flashback scene. That was interesting because it makes me think that he went there right after the war.
And you, sir, if this is a guy, I believe. This is a guy?
Guy or girl, I don't know.
Guy or girl. I'm sorry if I call you a guy. But you and I had the same mindset, because I was thinking the exact same thing.
Like, it would make sense, because I knew there was blood on Gintoki, but I never really like paid that close attention to it or thought about it. But now that I think about it, it would make sense if he somehow kind of made his way to the graveyard right after the war. Like, I think that's a really cool observation. I never thought about it like that. But it makes sense though. Someday I really hope Sorachi just gives us all the fucking details on the war. That'd be nice.
I think he will. I think when the anime actually ends, like everything like legit ends, I think he's gonna blow everything go. He's gonna be like, bam, mind blown.
I mean, fuck. They might even do that with the new movie coming out. That'd be cool.
Who knows what they're gonna do?
Because I know that's written by Sorachi. So and I know it's not just another retelling. So I wonder what they're gonna do with that, because they're heavily implying that past Gintoki is gonna be presented in this movie. But anyway, and last thing he brings up is also, what is Shinpachi wearing? Maybe it took Sorachi a while to find the right clothes for him. And
really, I was not paying attention to his clothing.
Now, I couldn't agree with this more, because let's see, I'm kind of flipping through my first here.
I'm looking through That makes sense. He is wearing like a weird turtleneck now.
I'm kind of looking through the first 3 chapters too, and I noticed that in the first volume, he definitely, I don't know, he's not wearing anything specific at all. He's just wearing a hakama and whatever. It's not as usual. It's not what he sticks with later, but it's just something random. And then at first, going to chapter 2, I first thought that he was wearing his regular clothes, but he has some kind of logo on the back of it. And I think it might be a parody of like I don't even know what this brand is. The Ida's brand, I think that's what you call it. It's some kind of brand. It's spelled AIDAS. I don't know what brand that is, but it looked like a brand that I recognize, that I've seen before, that maybe they were kind of parodying a bit. Let's see. I'm trying to look through chapter 3. Chapter 3, I don't think he's wearing his usual anime clothes in chapter 3 at all. I can't find a good full body shot at all. But no, he basically wears something different like each chapter. I agree with San. I don't know what he's wearing in chapter 4.
Right, that was like a turtleneck mixed with a zipper with a kimono on top.
I don't know. I think we should keep track of
Right, we need to keep track on him.
We need to keep track of what chapter Shinpachi sticks with his current outfit. Because it's not like Shinpachi has a very, very big variety in terms of outfits at all. What?
Okay, I just found a slightly full body shot of him at what he's wearing now. Mm-hmm. So I was confirmed it's like a weird long sleeved turtleneck, but it looks like but he has like a weird shirt with a belt and then black pants.
Wow, what the fuck? I don't know if Sarachi was experimenting with clothes on Shinpachi or something to make him look less bland. I don't know.
This is so weird. Either he has this kimono tucked into his pants or what. This is really weird.
It is kind of weird.
Shinpachi needs to get his act together.
Something, I don't know. Well, we'll keep tabs on this.
Right. Actually, I'm glad you actually brought this up, because when I was actually first watching the anime, I wasn't even focusing on Shinpachi. I was focusing on Kagura, because I even asked Colton, because when I noticed that sometimes she'll wear a Chinese dress, but then she'll wear that dress with black leggings.
Huh. Oh, sorry. I was kind of skipping ahead to chapter 5 and 6. He definitely wears something different in there too, which we'll have to talk about that next episode. But yeah, he definitely wears something different each chapter in Volume 1, which So
does Kagura. But hers stays a little bit consistent, because you'll see her with the same Chinese dress, but you'll see her with or without the black pants, and she'll either switch from black sweats, black flats to black boots.
And sometimes she'll wear I don't know, she'll wear a dress where it cuts down by her thigh.
You'll see the one where it's a slit.
Uh-huh.
That's what you call it, a slit.
Or she'll be actually wearing pants. I've always done.
That's what I said. She'll literally wear the dress as the dress is supposed to be worn.
Mm-hmm.
But then you'll catch her wearing it with pants. And then at that point in time, she either is wearing it with boots or without boots.
Interesting.
And I used to bug him about that, because I called it my first met Kagura, or first saw her, I really noticed it. I was like, why is she changing outfits like that?
Yeah, I mean, Kagura does change outfits from time to time, but yeah, at least she's consistent. I don't know what's going on with Shinpachi here.
I don't know what's Shinpachi's deal. Shinpachi is going through the most awkward. He was going to.
Maybe he's going to Goodwill.
You know what? You know what he's probably doing? He probably has a crush on a fashion designer or a girl at a clothing store. And he's going there and buying stuff.
Something. I just assume he gets all his stuff from Goodwill.
Either that or his sister is just throwing stuff at him.
Because, obviously they don't have the money. And I'm assuming Goodwill has cheap clothes.
Yeah. And also, if this isn't his closet, like his legit closet, like this is what he got from his sister's dojo, I don't know what to say.
I mean...
Like he wears this on a daily basis, I don't know what to say. Because this is crime. Because, like, what's weird about this specific outfit is that it's a long sleeve shirt with a weird short sleeve Komodo shirt on top of it.
But, yeah, thank you, San, for sending that email. I really appreciate it. And by appreciate it, I mean thank you so much. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so it's time to end the show, and I didn't cut Jasmine's mic because I'm so generous like that.
So mean, guys.
Plus it's 2:30, and I want to end the show.
Right. We planned to stop it at 2, but there were some issues that came up.
Yeah, no. The issues were we talked too long.
Yeah, we love to talk. That's the problem.
Some of us more than others, am I right? Nah, but anyway.
Okay, that's for that. No cookies.
Alright, I'll live.
You're good. I'll eat it right in your face.
Okay, you've already eaten my cookies once before.
I'll eat it in your face.
Ooh, in my face. I like that. Anyway. Stop that. That's very inappropriate. and on a Gintama podcast too. That's just so morbidly obese. I don't know why I made a Family Guy reference. Anyway. Alright, so I guess we should talk about where they can find us and stuff. So, you can find us at our website on gintalifelessons.wordpress.com, where I post episodes, where I make the main posts for episodes and stuff, like including show notes and stuff. Where we, you know what? Actually, we should probably talk about where to buy the manga too.
Right.
That's something that I thought we should try to do, but we forgot to do it, so we should do it now. If you want to buy Volume 1 of Gintama, search for it on Amazon. As far as I know, there are still copies of it left. The last time I checked, there were about 6 copies left, I believe. But I'm trying to look it up really quickly while I bide for time and try not to type too fast, because if I type too fast, you can hear it, and I don't want to have to try to edit that, because that's a bitch. Alright, 9 left in stock, apparently, for only $8.03. $8.03, not $803, that'd be fucking ridiculous. And hey, I mean, so yeah, if you want to buy Volume 1, they still have a few copies on Amazon. No, if you want to buy the whole series, I'm pretty sure they're all still in print, because unfortunately, it's not like they're in high demand. That makes me so sad. And hey, why not? If you want to watch the anime, go to Crunchyroll. The entire series so far is up for free. Go watch it. We'll post a link to the episode corresponding to this week's manga chapter in the show notes. But anyway, like I said earlier, you can find us on gintalifelessons.wordpress.com, where we actually post episodes on our blog, and if you want, you can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/gintalifelessons. And hey, we even have a Twitter if you want to follow us at twitter.com/gintalifelesson, not lessons. No thanks to Twitter. I still can't believe we couldn't get that extra S. Are you kidding me? And hey, if you want to email us anything about whatever chapter we're talking about Gintama in general, I'm still waiting for the back of that cereal box. I'm serious, guys. I'll read that. You can send us anything at gintalifelessons@gmail.com. But the most important thing is that you can subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, which I would say that would make us easier to find, but let's be honest, there are only 2 Gintama podcasts out there, and yeah, so it shouldn't be that hard. At least if you look up Gintama on iTunes and search for podcasts. If you type in life lessons, though, good luck. I'm just saying, it's harder to find us using the keywords life lessons. Trust me. But yeah, that's pretty much where you can find us and stuff. So, oh man, I am so tired and stuff. Oh man, I think it's time for me to go to bed. How about you, Jasmine?
Yeah, because guys.
Oh man, I have stuff to do tomorrow. I have to edit this, and then I have to go to sleep early for work tomorrow and stuff. So yeah, I don't have a funny way to end this. So I'm just gonna end it. This has been Life Lessons, episode 5. So I hope you guys will listen next time. So goodbye, guys. Good night.
Good night.
We love you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. People who make good and blah. People who make people blah.
People who make good impressions, good first impressions.
People who make good first impressions usually suck. There we go.
There you go.
I could try to sound like Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
I'm tired of your motherfucking hair on this motherfucking street.
What was that?
I don't know. Fuck. Go on with the page. Well, wait, are you done with the page?
No, I'm not even done with the page yet.
Oh, you're almost done, so finish up. This week's chapter title, if for those who might have skipped the manga recap, which if you did, shame on you. People who make good impressions, or God damn it, I messed it up again.
People who make nice first impressions.
No. People,
I'm not looking.
No.
People who make good first impressions.
That's not all of it.
I'm looking at it. I'm trying to make you say it. Say it correctly.
Oh my god. Okay, now I can say it. People usually fuck.
People who make good first impressions.
I'm trying to say I'm trying to read this in a way where, like, after I mess up so many times, I'll finally have that one take where I say it right, and then we don't call attention to all the times I messed up, so I can easily edit some of this out and put it at the end for bloopers. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Alright, so let me try one more time. People who make good impressions... Fuck, I keep forgetting to say first! I'm never gonna get this right!
Just say it, just run it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Just run it, regardless if you mess up, just keep running.
Okay. People who make good first impressions usually suck. Alright, so, actually, I kind of like how they handled the anime episode just cause they kind of showed Catherine doing...
Other things.
What the fuck was that?
What?
I heard a rip.
There was a rip?
Okay, you cannot tell me that wasn't on your end. I heard something.
Wait, let me see something. Was it like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was that?
What happened is that I was trying to fix my computer and I grabbed a hold on the side. I guess my microphone's over there.
Oh, something. Oh, ow. I have earphones.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is why I was telling you to be careful, because I have earphones in and I can hear all that.
I didn't know the microphone was over there. Honestly, I thought it was somewhere in the middle area. I didn't know it was actually on the side, so I am very sorry.
Yeah, I have earphones in, so that kind of hurts.
I'm very sorry. Honestly, I didn't even know it was over there, so when I grabbed a hold of it, I guess my finger slid on it.
Oh, man.
I am so sorry. I didn't realize it was... I didn't even know the mic was over there.
I'm gonna have so much shit to edit out of this episode.
I am so sorry. I'm sorry. I really did not realize that.
You're not making my job any easier.
I'm sorry.
Better be.
I'll bring you cookies again.
You better. wait. Are you gonna? Oh wait. I'm sorry. Are you gonna decide to
I'm
bring
not
back cookies?
going to.
Are you gonna eat them again?
I'm not going to eat them again.
And then buy me another one and then eat that again, huh?
I didn't eat that again. Hi, I only ate one, and then I bought the other packet and saved it for you. So hi, Mister.
Just shut up and get on with it. Okay, let's start over.
You guys don't understand how upset he was, but he was like, I need an email.
I wasn't upset. I was just mildly disappointed. There's a difference.
See, guys, he doesn't understand that he shouldn't. He doesn't understand the word. Don't look forward to it right away. He doesn't understand that sentence.
Don't you belittle me on my own podcast.
All right. Hey, how many times have I told you not to check it? Because I'm like, you're not gonna get it right away. And you're like, I'm gonna check it.
All right. While I cut Jasmine's mic, we should go to the end of the show.
Oh.
And I'm gonna cut right there because that's perfect.
Mean.